So, Captain Marvel has been released. Given that this is a Marvel film, you probably saw some people exiting the theater just as the credits started to roll and thought, ha, I'm more nerdy than they are. Well, in classic Marvel fashion, we were awarded for sticking around with 2 scenes, one mid-credit and one post. Let's talk about what happens and what they mean. But first, please click subscribe. When you do, something amazing happens. Also, and this should go without saying, but if you haven't seen the film and you don't want the Captain Marvel end credit scenes ruined for you, bail! Get out of here! Spoilers are coming! So we'll start with the mid-credit scene. We see Steve Rogers, Natasha Romanoff, Bruce Banner, and Rhodey Rhodes at the Avengers headquarters. They all look forlorn. It's similar to what we've seen in the Avengers Endgame trailer, telling us this is probably a clip from Endgame. Rogers is reviewing a bunch of information in regard to the aftermath of Thanos' snap, when his attention is redirected to Nick Fury's pager. You remember, the one that he used to call upon Captain Marvel in that end credit scene of Infinity War. Toward the end of Captain Marvel, we see that Carol Danvers put her information into that pager, gave it back to Nick Fury, and told him only to call upon her in case of an emergency.
Welcome.
So given that Fury had it while he got dusted, the Avengers are eager to see who's on the other end of the signal. They have it in this chamber type thing, held up by this mechanical claw type thing, because they're pretty sure of its importance. It got their attention when it stopped sending the signal. You know, this one. Rhodey explains that they're powering it themselves, so it can't be the power. Natasha is like, I want to know who's on the other end of that signal, so try again. Then she turns around and bam! Carol Danvers is standing right in front of her, clearly having received the signal from Fury's pager. Captain Marvel has united with the Avengers for the first time. She looks at Romanoff and she says, "Where's Fury?" Cut to black. Captain Marvel will return in Avengers Endgame. Now that was the really meaty mid-credit scene. We know how Captain Marvel comes in contact with the Avengers. But there was also a post-credit scene. Less eventful, still pretty cool. Let's back up before we dive into it. Earlier in the film, Danvers and Fury come in contact with a cat named Goose.
What's your name, huh?
Fury.
This is based on Chewie the cat from Marvel Comics. We later find out that the cat is actually a Flurkin, an alien that resembles a cat but can do a whole lot more. Like, for example, grab the Tesseract with tentacles that extend from its mouth and then ingest it for safekeeping. Yes, that happened. And yes, that Tesseract, the one that contains the Space Stone. It helps with a diversion because everyone is still after that damn stone, but the important bit of information here is that Goose has the Tesseract and Fury escapes with Goose. Now, for the actual post-credit scene itself, which is all one shot. We see Goose standing on Nick Fury's desk. We know it's Fury's desk because of the placard that has his name. Goose then makes humorous cat-like sounds that would imply a feline is about to cough up a furball, but instead, what comes out? The Tesseract. It's just sitting there after being coughed up on Fury's desk. It was funny. Cut to black. For real this time. The movie and the credits are then over. So essentially this is just showing us how S.H.I.E.L.D. came back in contact with the Tesseract prior to its next appearance in the MCU timeline. I hope the lifespan of a Flurkin is longer than that of a cat, because I'd really love to see Goose come back. Oh, it should have said Captain Marvel and Goose will be back in Avengers Endgame. So that's what happens. Unless there was a third scene after the lights came on in the theater, like a secret post-credit scene, like a post-movie post-credit secret scene. If you haven't seen the film, go do so. It's pretty good and it's out right now. If you have any other questions or comments, let us know down below and make sure to hit subscribe so you can get the latest in movie news. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.